Poor Skywalker taking a beating out there. Poor Gasgano taking a beating out there. Poor Quaternaros taking a beating out there. Poor Akko 9 Bar taking a beating out there. Poor Mahonic taking a beating out there. Poor Wan Sandage taking a beating out there. Poor Team Toe taking a beating out there. Poor Clegg Holdfast taking a beating out there. Poor Maul taking a beating out there. Poor Beto taking a beating out there. Poor Mars Guo taking a beating out there. Poor Zabulba taking a beating out there. Poor Nair Dark taking a beating out there. Poor Braytrend taking a beating out there. Poor Watto taking a beating out there. Poor Dudbolt taking a beating out there. Poor Mandrell taking a beating out there. Poor Antojo taking a beating out there. Poor Namiso taking a beating out there. Poor Vader taking a beating out there. Oh, and Darth Maul takes a huge hit. Oh, and Aldar Beto takes a huge hit. Oh, and Mars Guo takes a huge hit. Oh, and Sebulba takes a huge hit. Oh, and Nair Dark takes a huge hit. Oh, and Shrivel Braytrand takes a huge hit. Oh, and Watto takes a huge hit. Oh, and Dudbolt takes a huge hit. Oh, and Odie Mandrell takes a huge hit. Oh, and Siddiq Rantojo takes a huge hit. Oh, and Namiso takes a huge hit. Oh, and Darth Vader takes a huge hit. Oh, and Ben Quaternaros takes a huge hit. Oh, and Anakin Skywalker takes a huge hit. Oh, and Gasgano takes a huge hit. Oh, and Akko 9 Bar takes a huge hit. Oh, and Mahonic takes a huge hit. Oh, and Team Toe Pagalis takes a huge hit. Oh, and Clegg Holdfast takes a huge hit. Ben Quaternaros taking his lumps out there. Dudbolt taking his lumps out there. Odie Mandrell taking his lumps out there. Siddiq Rantojo taking his lumps out there. Craig Namiso taking his lumps out there. Darth Vader taking his lumps out there. Anakin Skywalker taking his lumps out there. Gasgano taking his lumps out there. Akko 9 Bar taking his lumps out there. Mahonic taking his lumps out there. Team Toe Pagalis taking his lumps out there. Clegg Holdfast taking his lumps out there. Darth Maul taking his lumps out there. Aldar Beto taking his lumps out there. Mars Guo taking his lumps out there. Sebulba taking his lumps out there. Nair Dark taking his lumps out there. Shrivel Braytrand taking his lumps out there. Watto taking his lumps out there. Oh, look at that abuse! For all your collision and repair needs, check out Watto's Repair Bay. Oh, is there a pit droid in the house? That's gonna be one expensive repair bill. And look at Clegg Holdfast, really bashing up the competition. And look at Sebulba, really bashing up the competition. And look at Aldar Beto, really bashing up the competition. And look at Wan Sandage, really bashing up the competition. And look at Shrivel Braytrand, really bashing up the competition. And look at Mahonic, really bashing up the competition. And look at Ben Quaternaros, really bashing up the competition. And look at Akko 9 Bar, really bashing up the competition. And look at Scorch Zanales, really bashing up the competition. And look at Siddiq Rantojo, really bashing up the competition. And look at Nair Dark, really bashing up the competition. And look at Team Toe Pagalis, really bashing up the competition. And look at Mars Guo, really bashing up the competition. And look at Darth Maul, really bashing up the competition. And look at Odie Mandrell, really bashing up the competition. And look at Anakin Skywalker, really bashing up the competition. And look at Dudbolt, really bashing up the competition. And look at Craig Namiso, really bashing up the competition. And look at Watto, really bashing up the competition. And look at Gasgano, really bashing up the competition. Oh, and look at Darth Vader, really bashing up the competition. Oh, don't mess with Scorch Zanales. Oh, don't mess with Siddiq Rantojo. Oh, don't mess with Nair Dark. Oh, don't mess with Team Toe Pagalis. Oh, don't mess with Mars Guo. Oh, don't mess with Darth Maul. Oh, don't mess with Odie Mandrell. Oh, don't mess with Skywalker. Oh, don't mess with Bolt. Oh, don't mess with Namiso. Oh, don't mess with Watto. Oh, don't mess with Gazgano. Oh, don't mess with Vader. Oh, don't mess with Holdfast. Oh, don't mess with Sebulba. Oh, don't mess with Beto. Oh, don't mess with Braytrend. Oh, don't mess with Mahonic. Oh, don't mess with Quadinaros. Oh, don't mess with Ninebar. Anakin Skywalker's got a mean streak out there. Dud Bolt's got a mean streak out there. Craig Namiso's got a mean streak out there. Watto's got a mean streak out there. Gazgano's got a mean streak out there. Darth Vader's got a mean streak out there. Well, of course he does. Scorch Zanales has got a mean streak out there. City Tojo's got a mean streak out there. Nair Dark's got a mean streak out there. Team Topagales has got a mean streak out there. Mars Guo's got a mean streak out there. Darth Maul has got a mean streak out there. Odie Mandrell's got a mean streak out there. Clegg Holdfast's got a mean streak out there. Sebulba's got a mean streak out there. Aldar Beto's got a mean streak out there. Shrivel Braytran's got a mean streak out there. Mohonic's got a mean streak out there. Ben Quadinaros has got a mean streak out there. Akko 9bar's got a mean streak out there. Look at that! Meaner than a shaved Wookiee! Don't you just love the sound of metal on metal? I sure hope that guy's got insurance. Oh, look at that beatdown! He's really throwing his weight around on the track. Successful attack! Now that's aggressive pod racing. Ooh, he's like a playground bully. Rough stuff. He's sure playing rough. Ouch! Nice hit. He showed them who's boss. Clearly he's not afraid of contact. Knocking heads and taking names. He's inflicting some heavy damage out there. He just will not be pushed around. Yep, you gotta fight for it. A few more hits like that, and that racer's history. Racking up the hit points. He's really establishing his dominance with hits like that. Oh, another big hit. Welcome to the hit parade. We're seeing a lot of banging around today. It's that kind of aggression that makes for a good pod race. He can sure dish it out. He's not afraid to tangle. Got him. You don't want to be on the receiving end of a hit like that. At the end of lap 1, it's Aldar Beto in the lead. At the end of lap 1, it's Anakin Skywalker in the lead. At the end of lap 1, it's Wan Sandage in the lead. At the end of lap 1, it's Darth Maul in the lead. At the end of lap 1, it's Gazgano in the lead. At the end of lap 1, it's Mars Guo in the lead. At the end of lap 1, it's Craig Namiso in the lead. At the end of lap 1, it's Akko 9bar in the lead. Up in front at the end of lap 1, it's Tsidik Rantojo. Up in front at the end of lap 1, it's Dud Bolt. Up in front at the end of lap 1, it's Ben Quadinaros. Up in front at the end of lap 1, it's Mohonic. Up in front at the end of lap 1, it's Nair Dark. Up in front at the end of lap 1, it's Darth Vader. Up in front at the end of lap 1, it's Odie Mandrell. Up in front at the end of lap 1, it's Shrivel Braytrand. Lap 1 results, Clegg Holdfast in first. Lap 1 results, Sebulba in first. Lap 1 results, Team Topagales in first. Lap 1 results, Scorch Zanales in first. Lap 1 results, Watto in first. And here's our lap 2 frontrunner, Watto. And here's our lap 2 frontrunner, Darth Maul. And here's our lap 2 frontrunner, Sebulba. And here's our lap 2 frontrunner, Nair Dark. And here's our lap 2 frontrunner, Darth Vader. And here's our lap 2 frontrunner, Scorch Zanales. And here's our lap 2 frontrunner, Mars Guo. And here's our lap 2 frontrunner, Akko 9bar. Up in front at the end of lap 2, it's Team Topagales. Up in front at the end of lap 2, it's Anakin Skywalker. Up in front at the end of lap 2, Wan Sandage. Up in front at the end of lap 2, it's Gazgano. Up in front at the end of lap 2, it's Quadinaros. And as we head into lap 3, it's Aldar Beto in first. And as we head into lap 3, it's Clegg Holdfast in first. And as we head into lap 3, it's Dud Bolt in first. And as we head into lap 3, it's Mohonic in first. And as we head into lap 3, it's Odie Mandrell in first. And as we head into lap 3, it's Tsidik Rontojo in first. And as we head into lap 3, it's Craig Nemiso in first. And as we head into lap 3, it's Shrivel Braytrand in first. After 3 laps, Aldar Beto is out in front. After 3 laps, Darth Maul is out in front. At the end of lap 3, Anakin Skywalker is at the head of the pack. At the end of lap 3, Gazgano is at the head of the pack. With 3 laps down, Darth Maul leads. With 3 laps down, Gazgano leads. With 3 laps down, Mars Guo leads. With 3 laps down, Craig Nemiso leads. And Mars Guo leads the pack after 3 laps. And Akko 9 Bar leads the pack after 3 laps. Heading into the final lap, Craig Nemiso is out in front. Heading into the final lap, Tsidik Rantojo is out in front. Going into the last lap, it's Akko 9 Bar in first place. Going into the last lap, it's Dud Bolt in first place. Tsidik Rantojo leads the race after 3 laps. Ben Quadinaros leads the race after 3 laps. It's Dud Bolt in the lead as we head into the final lap. It's Mohonic in the lead as we head into the final lap. Ben Quadinaros in first place going into the final lap. Nair Dark is in first place going into the final lap. And as we begin the last lap of the race, Mohonic is in the lead. And as we begin the last lap of the race, Darth Vader is in the lead. Nair Dark leads the pack going into the final lap. Odie Mandrell leads the pack going into the final lap. Darth Vader's holding down first place as we begin the final lap. Odie Mandrell is holding down first place as we begin the final lap. Shrivel Braytrand's holding down first place as we begin the final lap. Clegg Holdfast is holding down first place as we begin the final lap. Leading the pack after 3 laps, Shrivel Braytrand. Leading the pack after 3 laps, Sebulba. It's Clegg Holdfast in first, going into the final lap. It's Team Topakalis in first, going into the final lap. 3 laps into the race, it's Sebulba in the lead. 3 laps into the race, it's Scortzinales in the lead. Our front runner after 3 laps is Team Topakalis. Our front runner after 3 laps is Watto. Out ahead of the pack after 3 laps, it's Scortzinales. Out ahead of the pack after 3 laps, it's Watto. Out ahead of the pack after 3 laps, it's Aldar Beto. Out ahead of the pack after 3 laps, it's Anakin Skywalker. Our winner is Mars Guo. Our winner is Aldar Beto. Our winner is Darth Maul. Our winner is Watto. Our winner is Anakin Skywalker. Our winner is Scorch Zanales. Our winner is Nair Dark. Our winner is Wen Sandage. And in first place for the race, Mohonic. And in first place for the race, Tsidik Rantojo. And in first place for the race, Sebulba. And in first place for the race, Craig Nemiso. And in first place for the race, Akko 9 Bar. And in first place for the race, Shrivel Braytrand. And in first place for the race, Gazgano. Clegg Holdfast takes first. Odie Mandrell takes first. Ben Quadinaros takes first. Dud Bolt takes first. Team Topakalis takes first. Darth Vader takes first. And we've got our winners. Let's head to the podium to see our winners. And the crowd is going wild. Outstanding. Now let's go meet our winners. That's it. What a fantastic race. And yes, that's it for today's race. Race over. Let's take a look at the results. And another pod race comes to a finish. Well, we certainly saw some great racing today. What a finish. That was one tough race. Another race over. Let's check out the results. Nice finish. That winds up another wild pod race. Coming up, race results. That's it for this one. Up next, race results. And another great race comes to a close. And that's what pod racing is all about. Now let's see the results. There it is, race over. Let's go see the results. Finito. Podracing at its finest. Runner-up for today's race, Aldarbedo. Placing a respectable second, it's Anakin Skywalker. Darth Maul comes in second. Gazgano comes in second. Team Topagalis comes in second. Second place for Mars Guo. And Kraid Namiso is the runner-up. And Aldarbedo is the runner-up. And Darth Maul is the runner-up. And Watto is the runner-up. Runner-up today, Akko 9 Bar. Second place goes to Tsidik Rantojo. Second place goes to Skort Zanales. Second place goes to Watto. Second place goes to Ben Quadinaros. Second place goes to Darth Vader. And Dud Bolt places second. And Team Topagalis places second. Ben Quadinaros takes second place. Kraid Namiso takes second place. Akko 9 Bar takes second place. And it's Mahonic in second. And it's Gazgano in second. At the finish line, it's Nair Dark in second place. At the finish line, it's Darth Vader in second place. At the finish line, it's Odie Mandrell in second place. At the finish line, it's Mahonic in second. At the finish line, it's Nair Dark in second. At the finish line, it's Skort Zanales in second. Odie Mandrell takes home the second place prize. The second place prize today will go home with Shrivel Braytrand. And it's second place for Sebulba. Anakin Skywalker captures second place. And Mars Guo takes second. And Tsidik Rantojo captures second place. And Dud Bolt finishes in second place. Shrivel Braytrand grabs a second place finish. Sebulba finishes in second. Third place, Aldarbedo. Coming in third, it's Anakin Skywalker. Darth Maul comes in third. Gazgano comes in third. Team Topagalis comes in third. Third place goes to Mars Guo. Third place goes to Tsidik Rantojo. Third place goes to Skort Zanales. Third place goes to Watto. Third place goes to Ben Quadinaros. Third place goes to Darth Vader. And Kraid Namiso is third. And Aldarbedo is third. And Darth Maul is third. And Watto is third. Third place today, Akko 9 Bar. And Dud Bolt places third. And Mars Guo places third. Ben Quadinaros takes third place. Kraid Namiso takes third place. Akko 9 Bar takes third place. And it's Mahonic in third. And it's Gazgano in third. At the finish line, it's Nair Dark in third place. At the finish line, it's Darth Vader in third place. At the finish line, it's Odie Mandrell in third place. At the finish line, it's Mahonic in third. At the finish line, it's Nair Dark in third. At the finish line, it's Skort Zanales in third. Odie Mandrell takes home the third place prize. The third place prize today will go home with Shrivel Braytrand. And it's third place for Sebulba. Anakin Skywalker captures third place. And Tsidik Rantojo captures third place. And Dud Bolt finishes in third place. Shrivel Braytrand grabs a third place finish. Sebulba finishes in third. And Team Topagalis winds up in third. Gazgano takes the lead. Skort Zanales takes the lead. Nair Dark takes the lead. Quadinaros takes the lead. Sebulba takes the lead. Watto takes the lead. Mars Guo takes the lead. Clegg Holdfast takes the lead. Darth Vader takes the lead. Aldarbedo takes the lead. Shrivel Braytrand takes the lead. Akko 9 Bar takes the lead. Dud Bolt takes the lead. Skywalker takes the lead. Pagalis takes the lead. Rantojo takes the lead. Mandrell takes the lead. Mahonic takes the lead. Maul takes the lead. Namiso takes the lead. Mars Guo moves up to first place. Clegg Holdfast moves up to first place. Darth Vader moves up to first place. Aldarbedo moves up to first place. Shrivel Braytrand moves up to first place. Akko 9 Bar moves up to first place. Dud Bolt moves up to first place. Gazgano moves up to first place. Scortzanales moves up to first place. Nair Dark moves up to first place. Ben Quatanaros moves up to first place. Sebulba moves up to first place. Watto moves up to first place. Anakin Skywalker moves up to first place. Team Toe Pagalis moves up to first place. Citic Rantojo moves up to first place. Mandrell moves up to first place. Mahonic moves up to first place. Darth Maul moves up to first place. Kraid Namiso moves up to first place. Now up in front, it's Anakin Skywalker. Now up in front, it's Team Toe Pagalis. Now up in front, it's Citic Rantojo. Now up in front, it's Odie Mandrell. Now up in front, it's Wan Sandage. Now up in front, it's Mohonic. Now up in front, it's Darth Maul. Now up in front, it's Craig Namiso. Now up in front, it's Mars Guo. Now up in front, it's Clegg Holdfast. Now up in front, it's Darth Vader. Now up in front, it's Aldar Beto. Now up in front, it's Shrivel Braytrand. Now up in front, it's Akko 9bar. Now up in front, it's Scortzanales. Now up in front, it's Dudbolt. Now up in front, it's Gazgano. Now up in front, it's Nair Dark. Now up in front, it's Ben Quatanaros. Now up in front, it's Sebulba. Now up in front, it's Watto. Looks like we may have a new winner soon. There's a new contender for the trophy. Sweet Sarlacc Soup, will you look at that? Taking the lead, jumps into the lead. Oh, breaking free of the pack, taking sole possession of the lead, and racing into the lead. First place, battling his way out front. He fights into the lead. This is where you want to be, out ahead of the pack. It isn't easy getting into the point position. Takes guts and skill to get out front like this. Nothing ahead but track now. He's got to feel good about getting ahead of the pack. Pay attention, kids. That's how it's done. Can't argue with first place. He's the fastest racer out there right now. If he can maintain this position, he's home free. He is just determined to win this one. He is going for that first place purse. First place, now all he's got to do is hold on. Aldar Beto has moved up through the pack. Mohonic has moved up through the pack. Gazgano has moved up through the pack. Ben Quatanaros has moved up through the pack. Watto has moved up through the pack. Dudbolt has moved up through the pack. Mars Guo has moved up through the pack. Clegg Holdfast has moved up through the pack. Skywalker has moved up through the pack. Darth Maul has moved up through the pack. Nair Dark has moved up through the pack. Akko 9bar has moved up through the pack. Odie Mandrell has moved up through the pack. Citic Rantojo has moved up through the pack. Darth Vader has moved up through the pack. Kraid Namiso has moved up through the pack. Shrivel Braytrand has moved up through the pack. Sebulba has moved up through the pack. Team Toe Pagalis has moved up through the pack. Scortzanales has moved up through the pack. And it's a big jump forward for Skywalker. And it's a big jump forward for Darth Maul. And it's a big jump forward for Nair Dark. And it's a big jump forward for Akko 9bar. And it's a big jump forward for Odie Mandrell. And it's a big jump forward for Citic Rantojo. And it's a big jump forward for Aldar Beto. And it's a big jump forward for Mohonic. And it's a big jump forward for Gazgano. And it's a big jump forward for Ben Quatanaros. And it's a big jump forward for Watto. And it's a big jump forward for Dudbolt. And it's a big jump forward for Mars Guo. And it's a big jump forward for Clegg Holdfast. And it's a big jump forward for Darth Vader. And it's a big jump forward for Kraid Namiso. And it's a big jump forward for Shrivel Braytrand. And it's a big jump forward for Sebulba. And it's a big jump forward for Team Toe Pagalis. And it's a big jump forward for Scortzanales. Moving up the field, it's Darth Vader. Moving up the field, it's Craig Namiso. Moving up the field, it's Shrivel Braytrand. Moving up the field, it's Sebulba. Moving up the field, it's Wan Sandage. Moving up the field, it's Team Toe Pagalis. Moving up the field, it's Scortzanales. Moving up the field, it's Anakin Skywalker. Moving up the field, it's Darth Maul. Moving up the field, it's Nair Dark. Moving up the field, it's Akko 9bar. Moving up the field, it's Odie Mandrell. Moving up the field, it's Citic Rantojo. Moving up the field, it's Aldar Beto. Moving up the field, it's Mohonic. Moving up the field, it's Gazgano. Moving up the field, it's Ben Quatanaros. Moving up the field, it's Watto. Moving up the field, it's Dudbolt. Moving up the field, it's Mars Whoa! Moving up the field, it's Clegg Holdfast. Look at that maneuver! Whoa, that's some incredible driving. Ooh, did you see that? This race just got a lot more interesting. It's really fierce out there today. A little change in position out there. Past him. Nice piloting. Jockeying for position. That was a good move. If he keeps that up, he'll finish in the money. An impressive display. Left him in the dust. Smoked him. Oh, not bad. That's what Podracing's all about. Oh, slick move. Moving up a position. That's some good aggressive racing right there. Ran right past him. That guy's playing to win. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. That pilot's really pouring it on. Moving up the pack. Nice maneuver. He's giving that pilot a taste of his jet wash. Pushing on through. Past him. Now he's got to stay ahead of him, and he could be on his way. That's how it's done. Moving up another notch. There's something they don't teach you in driving school. You've got to respect moves like that. Left him choking on his exhaust. Oh, well done. Oh, and Aldarbito goes down. Oh, and Darth Vader goes down. Ooh, and Gazgano goes down. Oh, and Quaternaros goes down. Again. Oh, and Clegg Holdfast goes down. Oh, and Team Topagales goes down. Oh, and Scort Zanales goes down. Oh, and Nair Dark goes down. Oh, and Akko 9 Bar bites the dust. Oh, and Dudbolt bites the dust. Oh, and Odie Mandrill bites the dust. Oh, and Shrivel Braytran bites the dust. Oh, and Mars Guo bites the dust. Oh, and Darth Maul bites the dust. Oh, and Sebulba bites the dust. Darth Vader bites the dust. Scortsanales bites the dust. Someone call a medic. Another racer down in flames. And it looks like we've got one less racer out there. Send in the Jawas. We've got scrap. Oh, my Jabba. What a horrible way to go. It looks like that's it for Dudbolt. Looks like that's it for Mohonic. Looks like that's it for Nair Dark. That's it for Clegg Holdfast. That's gonna do it for Odie Mandrill. Shrivel Braytran goes down in flames. Sebulba goes down in flames. Mars Guo is definitely finished for the day. Darth Maul is out of the race. Anakin Skywalker is out of the race. Siddiq Tojo is out of the race. Ben Quaternaros is out of the race. Team Topagales is out of the race. Akko 9 Bar is out of the race. Watto's out. What a heartbreaker. Well, not really. Wow! Spectacular crash for Creighton Amiso. Aldarbito is done for the day. Looks like it's all over for Gazgano. And that's all she wrote. Stick a fork in him, he's done. Another one bites the dust. Kids, don't do this at home. And that's the risk you take. Spectacular crash. I sure hope he's wearing a safety belt. Down for the count. Oh, racer down. Unbelievable. Flaming wreckage is everywhere. That'll put a crimp in your day. That does not help his chances. The force was definitely not with him. Looks like Darth Maul is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Aldarbito is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Dudbolt is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Gazgano is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Mohonic is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Mars Guo is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Watto is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Anakin Skywalker is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Team Topagales is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Ben Quaternaros is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Scortsanales is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Sebulba is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Namiso is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Mohonic is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Maul is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Holdfast is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Mandrill is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Dark is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like 9 Bar is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Rantojo is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Braytrand is hurting pretty bad out there. Looks like Vader is hurting pretty bad out there. Quadinaros had better start repairing soon. Scordzanales had better start repairing soon. Sebulba had better start repairing soon. Kraid Namiso had better start repairing soon. Wan Sandage had better start repairing soon. Darth Maul had better start repairing soon. Clay Goldfast had better start repairing soon. Odie Mandrell had better start repairing soon. Nair Dark had better start repairing soon. Akko 9 Bar had better start repairing soon. Siddiq Rantojo had better start repairing soon. Shrivel Braytrand had better start repairing soon. Darth Vader had better start repairing soon. Aldar Beto had better start repairing soon. Dudbolt had better start repairing soon. Gazgano had better start repairing soon. Mohonic had better start repairing soon. Watto had better start repairing soon. Anakin had better start repairing soon. Pagales had better start repairing soon. Mars Guo had better start repairing soon. Clay Goldfast is in big trouble. Odie Mandrell is in big trouble. Nar Dark is in big trouble. Akko 9 Bar is in big trouble. Siddiq Rantojo is in big trouble. Shrivel Braytrand is in big trouble. Darth Vader's in big trouble. Ben Quadinaros is in big trouble. Scordzanales is in big trouble. Sebulba is in big trouble. Kraid Namiso is in big trouble. Darth Maul is in big trouble. Aldar Beto is in big trouble. Dudbolt is in big trouble. Gazgano is in big trouble. Mohonic is in big trouble. Watto is in big trouble. Anakin Skywalker is in big trouble. Teamto Pagales is in big trouble. Mars Guo is in big trouble. Watch out for shrapnel! We've got a bleeder out there. There's blood in the water, and I smell a feeding frenzy. One more hit and that guy's gone. Better watch out. He's close to elimination. He might be on his last legs. This is when it really gets dangerous. One wrong move and you're gone. Watch out! Looks like his engines are on fire. It does not look good for that racer. That racer's badly in need of repair. Smoke and flames, not a good sign. He's gotta be nervous. Oh, heavy damage! And he's hanging by a thread. With damage that heavy, it can be hard to recover. Lot of damage on that racer. He might not make it. With that much damage, he'd better be careful. Oh, he's hurting for certain. He's flirting with disaster, no doubt about it. He could really be a target now with that much damage. That pod racer could lose it any minute now. No margin for error anymore. He's living on the edge now. Aldar Beto gets left behind. Dudbolt gets left behind. Beto gets left behind. Mohonic gets left in the dust. 9 Bar gets left in the dust. Gazgano gets smoked. Odie Mandrell gets smoked. Quadinaros is passed like he's standing still. Rantojo gets passed like he's standing still. Watto gets passed up. Mars Guo gets beat. Clay Goldfast gets beaten to the punch. Mohonic gets beaten to the punch. Skywalker is left watching his taillights. Darth Maul is left choking on exhaust. Nair Dark is left choking on exhaust. Vader left choking on his exhaust. 9 Bar gives up his position. Zanales gives up his position. Mandrell is just fallen back a position. Siddiq Rantojo falls back. Gazgano falls back. Darth Vader can't be happy about getting passed like that. Namiso can't be happy about getting passed like that. Braytrand gives up his place. Sebulba gets shut down. Quadinaros gets shut down. Pagales gets aced out. Braytrand gets aced out. Zanales gets tossed aside. That's not good for Beto. That may not bode well for Mohonic. That may not bode well for Watto. Not a good omen for Gazgano. Not a good omen for Bolt. That's just what you don't want if you're Quadinaros. This isn't good for Watto. This isn't good for Bolt. Tough break for Guo. Bad break for Holdfast. Bad break for Mandrell. Bad break for Sebulba. Not good for Skywalker. Not good for Nair Dark. Not good for Holdfast. That has to hurt Maul. That has to hurt Guo. That's a setback for 9 Bar. That's a setback for Skywalker. That's unfortunate for Rantojo. Vader looking a little weak there. Namiso looking a little weak there. Darth Maul looking a little weak there. Pagales looking a little weak out there. Braytrand not looking too impressive there. Sebulba seems a little sluggish at this point. Pagales fails to impress. Zanales not happy about that. Nair Dark not happy about that. Namiso not happy about about that? Oh no! Our track favorite, Aldar Beto, is out of the running. Oh no! Our track favorite, Ben Quadinaros, is out of the running. Oh no! Our track favorite, Clegg Holdfast, is out of the running. Oh no! Our track favorite, Wan Sandage, is out of the running. Oh no! Our track favorite, Nair Dark, is out of the running. Oh no! Our track favorite, Scort Zanales, is out of the running. Oh no! Our track favorite, Gazgano, is out of the running. We've got an unhappy hometown crowd here as Anakin Skywalker goes down. We've got an unhappy hometown crowd here as Mohanic goes down. We've got an unhappy hometown crowd here as Team Topagales goes down. We've got an unhappy hometown crowd here as Craig Namiso goes down. We've got an unhappy hometown crowd here as Tsidik Rantojo goes down. We've got an unhappy hometown crowd here as Watto goes down. We've got an unhappy hometown crowd here as Darth Vader goes down. Track favorite Dudbolt is down. Unbelievable! Sebulba's been knocked out of the race! Wow! Track favorite Mars Guo has been eliminated! It takes split-second reflexes, a will of iron, supernatural control and concentration, and the near-suicidal drive and ambition to pilot what can only be called the fastest and deadliest racecraft in existence, in the most thrilling and brutal spectator sport there is, pod racing. All your favorite racers, veteran warriors, and hungry newcomers, intense rivalries, the sleekest, meanest machines, and exotic worlds. Experience the pulse-pounding excitement, fierce competition, tragic defeats, and heroic victories. So tune in for the fastest sport in the galaxy, pod racing, back with a vengeance. We're broadcasting live from the forbidden recesses of Jabba's palace, where the new tournament champion has been invited. We don't know quite what to expect. Jabba is notoriously fickle, and he's just seen some of his favorite drivers humiliated by the champ. It's official! Galactic Pod Racing has a new champion! Remember, keep your goggles on and your engines tuned. I'm Dax Gazaway. So long, until next time. Somewhere up in the highest reaches of this worldwide metropolis, the Jedi Council keeps watch and order over the galaxy. But not down here in the lower sectors, where we've been able to stage our very first pod race on Coruscant. It's still illegal, of course, but that hasn't stopped the crowds from showing up, and certainly not our racers. The industrial sector is the perfect setting for today's race. In fact, we've been able to clear the lanes of traffic, and it's a good thing because you can expect some pretty reckless driving. Hopefully they've cleared out the park as well. Any civilians get hit today, and you can bet we won't be back for the next 2 races. And now to the starting line. We're miles below the upper reaches of the city, in one of this sector's forgotten corners. Definitely far enough away from the eyes of the law. And I've got to say, this looks to be one of the most dangerous courses I've ever seen. It's almost as if these unusual canal and sewer tunnels were built for this very sport. But not these subway tunnels. We understand that the Transportation Department has refused to shut down the trains. But the race will go on anyway. This is a catastrophe just waiting to happen. Let me tell you, the race planner here must be insane, and it seems like our racers are as well. Welcome to the Labyrinth. There's a world which many have never seen, a world beneath the very crust of Coruscant, and we're seeing it in today's pod race. That's right, there are miles of bustling city above our heads, but down here in this vast network of caverns and catacombs, we'll be shaking the very foundations of this great metropolis. There's been some concern that one wrong move in this subterranean wonderland could bring the city crashing down on top of us. We hope our racers have their wits and concentration about them. They'll need it. Gamor, a beautiful planet of green forests and rolling hills. It's also home to the brutal, bloodthirsty Gamorreans, who've made it virtually impossible to visit their homeworld in the past. Thanks to the Hutts, who employ the Gamorreans as guards and soldiers, Gamor's safe for pod racing now. And we'll have a fantastic view of it here below Fortress Mountain. As the racers head out past the forest, they'll make their way up around the Tower of Eyes, and then down around this cluttered junkyard. I'm sure we'll see a lot more wreckage there today. We're back at Fortress Mountain Arena for the second of Gamor's 3 pod races. Today's destination, the ruins of Karnas Gorgul. These temples have seen a lot of violence in their day, but not a pod race. We'll be lucky if these stones are still standing tonight. Here we have a dense forest. Hey, and look at this. This freighter crashed here years ago. And then the crew met up with the Gamorrean welcome wagon. You can almost hear the sounds of bloody battles once fought out here on the Field of Legend. Very soon, this field will echo with the clash of combat once again. Our racers will be battling it out as they work their way up the fortress mountain toward the Citadel. This massive fortress, dominated by the deadly planetary defense gun, has long been the symbol of the Gamorrean strength and power. And as the pinnacle of the race, it's a fitting symbol for the force and fury of our competing pod racers. The Mon Calamari and Quarren welcome us to their ocean homeworld for today's race. It's being hosted by the gigantic floating city of Oruturugam, just off the coast of the Grand Reefs. Looks like the entire city's turned out for this one. We'll get a great tour of this beautiful metropolis today, as the course cuts across the Civic Plaza towards the Hall of Heroes. Just look at that spiraling roadway. We'll see some tight turning today, and that's a long way down. And now, back to the starting grid. Welcome back to the city of Oruturugam on beautiful Mon Calamari. A bit of information about the city. It's kept afloat, as are all surface cities here, by a system of pressurized ballast tanks. And as you can see, we'll be getting a good look at them during today's race. The city's engineers assure us that the race won't have any effect on the city's safety, even if something should go wrong during the competition. All the same, I hope everyone here can swim. The sun is setting over the grand reefs of Mon Calamari. And let me tell you, grand does not begin to describe the scene here. It is absolutely glorious, and a breathtaking setting for this evening's pod race. Racers will make their way from the mainland across this bridge and onto the reefs. The giant seagoing kilcoal worms who've eaten their way through the reefs have created an incredible natural course for our racers. With these curved walls and twisting passages, we're sure to see some fancy maneuvering tonight. And hopefully our racers will stay dry. One false move, and it's right into the sea. The Twi'lek people welcome us to Ryloth, where the planet's rotation has created two vastly different regions, one of perpetual light and one of perpetual darkness. Now, judging by the blinding sun overhead, I'd have to say we're in the Brightlands. And it's hot out here, folks, worse than Tatooine. Luckily, we're in the coolest region of the Brightlands, so hopefully our racers won't overheat too quickly. Strange territory, but perfect for a pod race. Be sure to watch for the great tusks, one of this area's most well-known features. And then it's out to the Crater Sea, where we're sure to see some great combat action. So hold on tight. We're broadcasting to you live from the Sentinel City of Kaike on Ryloth. Looks like the whole western sector of the city has been closed off for the pod race. And it's a beautiful night, if a bit windy. Constructed by the ancient Twi'leks thousands of years ago, this city is a labyrinth of narrow passages, wide boulevards, and hidden tunnels. And here we are, at the entrance to the city's catacombs. Expect to see some tight racing in there. Finally, it looks like these wind generators could present some problems for our racers. Unfortunately, the city officials say there's just no way to shut them down. We'll keep you posted. It's cold out here in the Nightlands, and out beyond the stadium lights, you can see it's just blacker than a Rancor's heart. But out there, beyond these canyon walls, it's almost another world entirely. No lighting necessary out here, as our racers will be guided by the glow of this bizarre plant life. This canyon path is just choked with natural obstacles, though. Our racers will need some quick reflexes to get through here. And then it's out to the wastelands, coming up to this system of caverns and grottos. And then down this dense slope to the finish line. It may be dark out, but this'll be one blazing race. Sullust Surface, a wasteland of volcanic rock and toxic gases. Nothing can live in this atmosphere. Good thing we're far below the surface, with a manufactured air supply. We're here at the main headquarters of the Sorasub Corporation, one of the galaxy's largest manufacturers and the sponsors of today's race. We'll track the pack through factories and then up to the planet's surface, where a network of glass tubes protects our racers from the fumes outside. And then down to the main spacecraft storage facility. This could get expensive for Sorasub. Those racers had better be careful. It looks like the Sorasub Corporation has put a lot of money into the new race stadium here on Sullust. It's coming along nicely. There's a lot of construction going on in this area, but that hasn't stopped the plans for the race. Hopefully none of our racers will bring progress to a crashing halt. A nice view of the Piraginsi sector down below as our racers head around this roadway and into the mining sector. Looks like work hasn't halted in here either. It's a mess! Prepare for thrills, chills, spills, and drills! We're on the outskirts of the towering Solaston city of Serra Serrano. Just look at that structure. A dizzying metropolis overlooking the racecourse. Best box seats I've ever seen. And then it's into this system of pipes and channels. Watch for the wreckage and debris in here. This'll be tight. Yup, it'll be a hot one today, race fans. This is Dax Gazaway here on Tatooine for the start of this season's Galactic Podracing Championship. Good to be back in Mos Espa, my hometown, by the way, and it's a beautiful day. The suns are shining and the crowd is ready for some spectacular pod racing action. It's been almost 8 years since Anakin Skywalker's incredible upset over the past champion, Sebulba. Sebulba's pod racer is looking more dangerous than ever, thanks to some heavy financing by the Hutts. Best of luck to the racers, and our condolences to the families of the unlucky ones. Tatooine's not exactly known for having a hospitable climate. But if you still want a vacation here, you should probably stay away from the Badlands. Especially today, because this race is gonna get uglier than a naked Jawa. Our first stretch will be Hutt Flats, and then into the tight canyon system beyond. Looks like the Jawas are out in full force, just waiting to salvage some scrap. There's a sandcrawler standing by. And then it's out to these mesas. And it's a long way down. Big drop-offs equal big trouble. And now, back to Mos Espa Arena. It's Boonta Eve, and the energy is just enormous here at Mos Espa Arena for the final race of the Galactic Pod Racing Tournament. Another fierce season of pod racing all comes to one last showdown with tonight's race. Only one racer will walk away with the championship trophy, and as expected, this year's course is extremely difficult and deadly. Everything you've come to expect from Boonta Eve and more. These are the best pod racers in the galaxy, and tonight is their chance to win it all or die trying.
Ja ubol do bota, ga chok ni chu, ne chu akagoto do, ubak chopa chawa champio ano, ne uba kuko, bota nud, ne grabo chugoptalo champio, panwa do. No tachawa ano chuba boto. Chi chuba huha gorto. Ho ho ho.